Hey guys, I'm going to talk about something that happened to me. It was a couple of years ago, and why I will not be going back to Shell to fill up my car. So, when I was living in Kansas City, while I was going to medical school, I remember one afternoon I decided to pull over to a Shell gas station and fill up my car. I had a Toyota Matrix at the time, easy maintenance, great gas mileage, great car. I go and I fill up my car with Shell gasoline, drive home, and then the next morning I get up, I get headed towards school, I make it a couple blocks, and then all of a sudden my car starts stuttering and it freezes and it dies on me on the on ramp onto the freeway. So I'm wondering, what's going on? This is a good car. I have no idea what went wrong. Luckily, some guy stopped by and said, "Hey, I know a lot about cars," looked at my car because I'm no auto mechanic. And he said, "Hey, I've got a friend named Bozzy who can take a look at your car." And I said, "Let's get going and let's go talk to Bozzy." So I went to talk to Bozzy. Bozzy said, "Hey, I'll look through your car, figure out what's going on with it, and then hopefully we can come with a solution." So Bozzy looks at the car for 250 bucks. He says, "All right, I can fix it. I know what's wrong with it." Guess what? You got water in your gasoline. So he fixes the problem. Of course, there's water in my gasoline. And so I think, well, it's been raining a ton lately. Could it be that there's a leak going into my gas tank? Or is it the gasoline? So I contact Shell and I tell them, "Hey, my car busted. Luckily, I got a good deal. It was only 250 bucks to fix, but there was water in my gasoline." And so they do this big investigation, and at first they deny having anything to do with it. And they say, "Well, like it was probably this something else, this, that, or the other. But we're going to do an investigation." So they do an investigation on that particular Shell station, and guess what they find? There's a leak in their tank, and there's water leaking into the tank. And so they get back to me and they say, "Hey, we found that there was a leak in the tank. Yeah, it's true. There was water in the gasoline. And yeah, it was probably our fault that your car died. But there's nothing we can do about it unless you prove how much it cost to have your car fixed." And so I go, I get a receipt with this guy named Bozzy. I send the receipt into the guy. And then they come back to me and they say, "Hey, actually, that's not an official Shell station. We actually don't have anything to do with that station. So we're not liable for any of the stuff that went wrong, but we'll give you a $50 Shell gift card just for good customer service." Well, let's be frank here. There was a big yellow Shell on this gas station, and in big red letters it says Shell on the side. How in the world is that not your gas station? And so they said, "If you want to take it up with the individual gas station, talk to the manager." So I go, of course, I can't find anyone who's in charge of this gas station. Everyone keeps pushing me off of one person and another. And it's not like I can sue them because really it was only 250 bucks. If I'm going to try and sue them, hire a lawyer or something, that's going to be way more than 250 bucks. So I end up taking the $50 Shell gift card. But I have to drive across town because I'm not going to go to the same gas station that ruined my car. And so I drive across town to fill up my tank at some other Shell station, and I'm out 200 bucks. And to this day, I'm still pissed. So now I just never fill up at a Shell gas station unless I have to. And I recommend that you guys don't either because they'll mess up your car. You might find water in your tank. And then guess what they're going to do? Absolutely nothing. So I recommend you stick far, far, far away from Shell.